This is the Z-axis for the Proxxon MF70. I'm going to show you how to basically disassemble it and prep it for the CNC kit. So on yours, or one that hasn't been disassembled before, you'll have this measurement collar on the handle, like it was on the X and Y axis. That basically prevents you from just knocking the pin out here. I have a little Allen key here instead of a pin for right now. So I'm going to show you how to basically disassemble this. You want to remember whenever you take off the measurement collar, keep this screw with you, or not screws, keep this pin with you in case you ever want to put it back the way it came originally. The Z-axis you'll see is assembled a little bit different than the X and Y. There's no like plate at the bottom that it pulls tension on. Instead, you have kind of like a bulkhead here that has tension on both sides. So first thing you want to do is lower the Z-axis to basically expose the lead screw and retaining nut. Let's go ahead and lower it as far down as it can. There's a plastic piece here that will hit this base that will stop it from going down any further. So. Okay, so it's hit the bottom. There's a retaining nut up in here. So, you know, I don't have a pipe wrench. You probably don't have a pipe wrench. You could, what I did originally is I stuck some needle nose pliers up there. I actually disassembled. Another option is, there are 4 retaining bolts on the bottom here. You can flip this cast base over and remove those screws that way, and gives you a little. Then you can slide this whole motor assembly off. Gives you a little bit more access. But what I'm doing as part of the kit is I made this little basically nut removal tool. And what you do is just put it through the lead screw and kind of just push it up. You kind of need to rotate this around so that the nut's oriented properly. You can see this will let you push that in there, and then this is also a I guess what do they call it instead of right hand, or it's a reverse threaded screw. So tightening it will actually loosen it. So you'll see here, I'm loosening it, and this handle is coming up. And you can get it, you know, once it's up this high, you could pull this collar down and you could punch that pin out if you wanted, or you could keep unthreading this whole lead screw all the way out and then punch it out, you know, on another surface. I'd probably recommend that. I don't really recommend punching the pins out like while it's still assembled to any of the axes. I'd always remove the lead screw if possible. So yeah, this little tool kind of makes it a lot easier. So the next video I'll cover basically the components of the CNC kit, at least for the X and Y axis. I'll probably do a separate one for the Z. So yeah, so that's how you get access to this. I'll go ahead and remove this, and I'll show you the components, just so you can have an overview of how it's assembled. So next thing is I've just taken this top plate off. It's essentially just attached with 4 screws. So you can just pop those guys off. This is a pretty standard piece. This is plastic. The lead screw the lead screw has this plastic spacer. You'll need this. You'll need to reuse this. And it has this brass thrust washer, or bronze. I don't know if it's brass or bronze. This you don't need anymore. So this nut, you'll want to leave on there also. This is it's basically the motor carriage that slides along the axis. It has the same thing. It has one of these brass shims, so you'll want to mark it with a little black dot, just so you know how they're aligned. That's pretty much it for as far as taking apart the Z-axis. There's also this extra. This is a little dust shield. We're going to use this later to mount our limit switch, so you'll want to reuse this also.